What's up? It's Ali. Welcome back to Interview Club. When we last left off, we were in the middle of Yuri's extremely long AMA. A little more than halfway there, though, so yippee! Let's see, Thoughts Center 87. I really hope I'm not too late. Juan, what is your favorite subject?
Well, my favorite has always been English. I think it's a fascinating language, very deep and complex. It can be difficult to learn because its rules are inconsistent and it has so much diversity. But I think it's amazing how broad the language is. They have words for so many different concepts.
2. How well are you and Natsuki getting along nowadays?
Well, Natsuki and I aren't getting on any better than we've been. Some of last week's events are still too fresh in my mind. I want to try and make things up to her sometime soon. I know that it's partially my fault. Until I can, though, I don't see things improving.
She's talking about how Act 1 went with, the arguments and stuff. 3. Which knife in your collection is your favorite?
Like I said, I have too many to choose from.
4. What do you think about blood?
What do I think of it? I don't really have an opinion in this area. It's just a fact of life. I'm not uncomfortable at the sight of it, but it doesn't entice me or anything.
Lie. 5. What do you think about the anime trope type yandere?
Oh, I don't think much of yanderes. They seem so unrealistic. If such a person were real, they'd be regarded as a psychopath. It's one thing to have a crush and another to have an obsession so strong it can lead to murder. It's the sort of thing that gets played up for humor. How can you take a character like that seriously? I'd say the same of many tropes and stereotypes. Characters need more to make them compelling and memorable.
The ironic answer. Fear my speed. Hey Yuri, just wanted to say this after hearing your melodramatic attitude. You have no reason to be disliked or alone. Trust me, you're very beautiful, intelligent, and an incredible writer. So don't ever let people bring you down.
Melodramatic? Is that how I'm seen? I don't mean to come across that way. I know I have trouble believing in myself. I'm just even worse at reading social feedback. But thank you for the reassurance.
Here are the questions I wanted to ask. 1. If you want to become better friends with Knots, she said in her AMA that the door is open. You ever going to take that invite?
Natsuki says her door is open. Yes, that sounds about right. Well, that may seem like an invitation. What she's really saying is, she'll wait for me to come to her. I too have my door open, and she is welcome to try and be better friends if she pleases. Ideally, I would like for us to meet in the middle and mend our relations together. But with her attitude, I'm not sure it can even ever happen. Is it small of her to put the burden on me alone? Is it small of me to refuse because I'm aware of it? Perhaps I can find a way to draw her out. But until then, I think our friendship is a stalemate.
2. Does the name Libitina ring any bells? I don't know why they put the quote all the way around the entire thing instead of just around Libitina.
Yes, I know that name well. It comes up on occasion in Markov. While not directly related to the plot, it's hinted as a feature of the author's upcoming work. There are many fan theories surrounding the mystery. It's actually quite fascinating, and I look forward to learning more.
3. Who do you tend to play in Smash? My custom Luigi would wreck you.
As you may have gathered, my Smash main is Marth. But if you're a player of any appreciable talent, I'm sure I'd be no match for you. Though, aren't custom characters a little unsportsmanlike?
4. A lot of this subreddit are memeing and saying you put the double D in DDLC, so let's put that pickup line to test. What cup size are you rocking? I understand if you'd rather not answer, of course. I'm just curious about how valid it is.
I already revealed the size of my cups. But the DDLC, what does that mean? Monica?
Yes, this was the first time they mentioned the acronym in one of these questions.
Yes, Yuri, are you holding up all right? I'm fine, but I've encountered another of the sub's oddities.
Oh, the acronym. Yeah, online we're the Ducky Ducky Literature Club. A tough association with our school.
Oh, hence DDLC.
That's right.
And that's why we're Dokies.
Yes.
Well, I can't say I care for the spud, but I suppose it is indeed accurate.
5. Are you also aware of the connotations of your name? I saw a comic strip once depicting a very scared-looking you and a flirty Sayori. You were trying to convince her that despite your name, you were very much straight, to which she responded, "So is spaghetti until it gets wet." Now into the closet we go. And thinking back to it made me want to ask if anything had ever happened like that because of your name. Not specifically with Sayori, just in general. God, I hate this fandom.
Yes, I am fully aware of the implications of my name. It has been no small source of teasing and harassment for me. Maybe it would have been easier if I was gay. I could have embraced it instead. But nothing of that sort has ever happened to me, in earnest. But in mockery, yes, too often. Even so, my name holds the other definition, that being Lily.
6. What do you think of the nickname Purple Princess or Purple Perfection?
There's Purple Princess again. I don't think Purple Perfection quite fits. Not to say Princess fits any better. I try to be humble, I swear.
7. Did you know they did surgery on a grape? Ha ha! Ha 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 ha!
Yes, they did do surgery on a grape. It was 7 years ago. I don't know why anyone cares now.
Hey, I'm going through a similar thing to you, where it just feels like everyone around me at my school is against me, so I've been signed up to a mentoring program to make me feel better about myself. And it's been working great so far. I'd highly recommend that you seek something of that nature if your school offers it. After the last meeting, my mentor told me to go home and write a poem about how I felt after hearing what we'd just spoken about, so I was wondering if you could review it for me?
It's a little silly to stutter in text.
Another ironic statement.
But I'd be happy to look at your poem. And I'm glad to hear the mentor is helping you. I'm not sure my situation warrants anything quite like that. Why don't we just read for now?
Note: Mateo is pronounced Mateo, not Mateo, or many people make a mistake. I am Mateo. Be honest, I know that you prefer deep and intellectual vocabulary, but I thought it was worth a try anyway. Your writing advice would mean a lot to me.
Is this a link to it, or...
Here you go, Yuri. I printed this out since it didn't fit into view.
Ah, thank you, Monica. Let's take a look.
I am Mateo. Humans like a production line, many made all the same but different, dropping off the conveyor belt into the world, varying in difference. Some blend into the crowd, some stand out. Whether it's for good or bad, they usually could do without. Take Mateo. Mateo was spineless, unable to stand up, unable to defend himself. A word to a normal person is a knife in the back to Mateo. The outcasts cast him out. Mateo was obsessive, unable to let go, unable to accept that she couldn't reciprocate. He fell back from his confession. Stumbling, reeling, the familiar became distant. Mateo is strange, enigmatic to all. His downfall stemmed here. One look turned all them away. Days passed without a friend or ally. A generation moved on. Mateo is insensitive, not sure when to keep down. What seems like harmless jokes to him end up digging deeper holes, but when the tables are turned, nobody bats an eyelid. The guardians deemed him unworthy. Mateo is disappointing, and useless to most. His father commands, but receives no recognition. Can't cook, can't fight, can't argue, barely even Italian. The creator failed his job. I am Mateo, with nothing to boast about, so I take to the document unless writing I spout. Why try? Mateo is creative, an imagination like a whirlwind. Leave him to a flat expanse and a limitless supply of materials, he could create a glorious, powerful dragon or a glorious manor. But not start him off, he's not sure how to continue. A canvas in his mind, but blank. Mateo is strong, not mentally, but physically. Arm size is not a fair judge. With just himself, he's held strong against combatants. A bulky boy, a grizzly girl, a monster from the deep. A weapon in his bones, but hidden. Mateo is honorable, honest to the core. Bittersweet secrets of his friends hide it behind his lips. He knows little of how to help, but it doesn't stop him from trying his best. Gold in his heart, but fool's gold. Mateo is articulate, flowing and smooth, open about what's gotten under his skin, but holding strong more often than not. With his exotic vocabulary, he brandishes a pen, a blank page slathered in emotions. Mateo has friends, more like him, oddballs and misfits. There's 7 in total. Mateo, Inez, Jake, Jenna, Zeph, Brandon, Theo. They've been through burdens and hassles, hardships and pain alike. All the same, but different. Family in his virtual console. The strangest place to find a new family, and yet here they are. And he loves them with every fiber of his being. I am Mateo. I have silver linings. They're there, but to find them requires deep mind mining. That's why. Oh, I got like spots on my glasses and they're driving me insane. Okay.
I liked it.
I can tell it's very personal to you. Each of these lines clearly relates to some occurrence in your life, but are vague enough to be open to interpretation.
I think the repeated use of the name is a nice touch. It gives each part a sense of independence while still being united by the name itself.
I found the poem's progression interesting. It starts without Mateo, and a remarkable inception. Then follows with what he was before moving on to what he is.
That progression is a little bit stilted, though. There are only 2 he was lines, followed by several he is ones. Since it's sort of telling a story, it feels imbalanced.
Indeed, but the first set of them detail his bad traits, while the rest describe the positive. I hope this means that Mateo understands his faults and knows what to work on as he grows.
And he also understands the good things about himself, his silver linings. It's important not to only focus on the negative. A sense of self-esteem is necessary.
That is also true. I'm somewhat mystified by the selective use of rhyme in this. Not all parts of it rhyme, but enough of them do. They give it an odd rhythm.
Something tells me that wasn't intentional, but it does have an interesting effect. I like the few instances of alliteration as well. They help make those parts stand out.
Overall, I feel this is a decent poem. It may not have much in the way of metaphor, but there's certainly plenty to think about within. Well done.
Yes, good work. Thank you for sharing.
Sorry for the long message. I just had a lot to ask Yuri is all, and I'm not even a Yurian anymore.
Yurian? Is that like the name of a faction, or... Goodness, this stuff really is very strange.
Versailles, Coca-Cola, or Pepsi?
Neither. They don't make any drinks that appeal to me particularly. I'm sure you know my true drinking preferences by now.
Well, the Dragon Lord 99. As usual, 3 questions. I have tried looking for Portrait of Markov, but it isn't available in this region. My country isn't a region where the book isn't available, so are there any similar books you would recommend?
It seems you're not the first to have trouble getting a copy of Markov. If you can't find it online, I'm sure any of my previous mentions would make fine substitutes.
How long have you been writing poetry for?
Several years now. I started in my early teens as a way to vent. I'm not too proud of my older work. A lot of it is, dare I use the word, cringy. I suppose it was good practice at least. I didn't get to where I am overnight.
Since your favorite Smash character is Marth, are you familiar with Fire Emblem?
I know of Fire Emblem, but haven't played it myself. I don't even know what kind of games they are. I would guess some type of RPG, but I can't be sure.
The Pyrogystignator Man. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Well, I know this isn't a popular choice, but I'm partial to anchovies and other kinds of fish. I think Sayori's the only other member of our group who would eat them. Not to say that's much of a surprise, given her food preferences, or lack thereof.
Let's see. Enrico Matos Berreira 13. Do you like Fortnite?
No, I'm sorry, I don't. Sayori encouraged me to play the mobile version with her. I was terrible at it, and I didn't much care for the gameplay. I understand the appeal, but it's just not for me.
Let's see. Deadly Knight 759. Hey Yuri, have you ever read books written by Rick Riordan? They are based on mythology, and maybe you like them. Also, do you like tales from any mythology? I am a fan of Greek and Norse mythology myself.
Well, I mentioned about mythology earlier, so I think that should tell you something. For me, it's not just the lore that's interesting, but its continued impact on things that follow. Riordan's work is a perfect example of that. His series have drawn from many different mythologies. And in knowing that, I think I answered your first question too.
Amybot. Hiya, it's No Picks Tuesday. Civics 371 213. Number 1, did you know that Sayori ships you with Natsuki? 2, do you love Natsuki?
Yes, I've been told of Sayori's shipping, but much to her chagrin. My love for Natsuki is strictly platonic. Neither of us are interested in being romantically involved.
3, what would you say if one of the club members asked you to marry them?
If any of them were to marry me, it'd have to be MC or Shiro. It would break Sayori's heart for MC to leave her, so I doubt that will ever happen. And I don't honestly expect to develop feelings for Shiro. I suppose only time will tell, but I don't see myself getting married to anyone from this club.
See, he skips number 4. 5, would you frick with Natsuki?
There's no way I'd ever freak with Natsuki.
Tell that to club meetings. Spino Revenger, are you aware that your reserved nature is actually really cute?
Is it? That doesn't seem like a popular opinion. At least, not around here.
Infinite Deer, do you think that alternate realities are possible? Also, not much of a question, but you are a wonderful person.
Oh, why thank you. I don't just think alternate realities are possible. I'd be astonished if there weren't any. With as vast and complex as the universe is, and as small as we are on our little blue ball, who's to say if this is the only reality, or if time doesn't diverge into innumerable microcosms? The possibilities are mind-boggling. No wonder it's so popular in fiction.
Doc Doferson, Ph.D. Hey Yuri, you're amazing. You've been doing great in this AMA, and I've got a few light, casual questions. Hopefully they won't be a problem, and you'll have a great day. Oh, and tell Monica that she's awesome for me, will you? I forgot to say that in the first AMA, so better late than never. No, better late than never.
Oh, thank you for the encouragement. I'll give your message to Monica in a little bit. I see your name further in there.
You like horror, right? Have you heard of the manga artist Junji Ito? I know your stance on manga, and politely disagree, but he's an absolute mad lad, and a masterclass in writing and drawing things so scary that you'll pee blood. I couldn't recommend him more.
No, this author is unfamiliar to me, though I don't know how you'd heard my stance on manga before I stated it earlier. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a look for the follow-up.
I'm planning on expanding my own cutlery collection. Have you got any suggestions? Also, do you have a favorite style of knife? Bowie knives, more traditional Japanese knives, karambit, Gurkha fighting knives, etc. Oh, now that I see this is probably like the second half of King Gambit's pun name in Pokemon. Because, like, that whole line is, like, based on, like, knives and blades and stuff.
I don't have much to suggest for knife collecting. Personally, I seek out more distinctive blades. Quality and style vary drastically by artisan. If it's a collection just for you, include whatever you like. I gather many varieties and have little preferences for type. Specialty stores and independent craftsmen are good sources.
See, what do you plan on doing after school? Like, what will your job be, and where will you live?
I've already spoken about my lack of future plans, though I'd like to stay in the area if I can. With as few friends as I have, it'd be nice to keep them close by.
Do you listen to rap music?
I don't. In multiple ways, it just doesn't suit me. Even putting thematics aside, the songs are fast-paced and noisy. I can't use them to relax at all.
Have you ever considered having a romantic relationship with Natsuki? The fans have. Frequently. It never stops.
I would never dream of it. I guess some people find that disappointing. I'm sorry, she just doesn't interest me.
Inflict grievous bodily harm upon Monica. This isn't even a question. This is me politely instructing you to beat the fucking shit out of the most dangerous entity in your world. Who knows, maybe that'll spark something in you. Just food for thought.
Why do you want me to do that? She isn't dangerous. What has she done to deserve it? This is a terrible request. I just finished saying how awesome she is. I don't understand.